Welcome back to More BS. I'm Shabnam.
And I'm Chef Babette.
And we are so glad to have you back here on the couch with us and just ready to have some really great conversation. Like for those of you that don't know, that Babette and I got to know each other because we were both cast on the set of Peeled as the hosts. And Peeled was the very first cooking competition show that is vegan cooking competition show. How did I leave that word out?
I don't know how you left that out. And the reason we say it was the first because it was an all vegan cooking competition show, and the entire set, camera people,
cast,
makeup artists,
crew,
everybody was vegan.
Even the craft services, the food that we had on set were vegan.
Amazing.
So I think, and that only happened last year,
right?
In 2022.
Yeah.
So we really have only known each other for about a year. If that.
Has it been a year?
Not even. Maybe.
Has it even been a year?
But it feels like our souls connected, you know?
Yeah.
And I think, how many of you at home feel like that you've had that with someone, right? Your souls just connect. And I feel like as you age, you don't get that as much as you did when you were in school or younger.
But too, you have to, we've had a lot of time together.
Yeah.
Because right after Peeled, I lost my trainer. He moved.
Yeah.
And then I needed a trainer, and you and I worked a deal out, and then we became closer and closer. So I think that's how we got so meshed together.
That's how we got to that.
Yeah.
But what I really want to talk about is what's been going on with Babette in the last year, and particularly in the last few weeks, because there was a lot of things. So what led up to that was, first, let's talk about Mercy for Animals, right?
Oh, right. The gala.
Because MFA has been a staple in your growth, in my expansion
with my business. MFA has just really been great to us. They sort of kind of put us on the map some years ago. They featured Stuff I Eat, did an awesome video. They've done a couple of videos with me, and they've just been amazing. And so that's kind of how people got, I mean, when you get 8 million views on something, then a person is like, oh, okay, they're real. You know what I mean? So.
And you know what? I think greatness recognizes greatness, because Mercy for Animals this last year just awarded Babette with the Community Changemaker Award, which we all know she so gratefully and rightfully deserves, because she's done amazing things. But it was that on the red carpet, we were there,
so
and I was like, oh shit, that's ritual.
Oh yeah, oh my gosh.
And Babette,
I don't even remember that.
let me tell you a little bit more. So that's ritual. My partner Balaj and I, Balaj is just a massive fan of his, and so am I, and we got a picture with him, and I was just like, okay, we gotta connect Babette.
You guys got a picture with him?
Yeah.
I didn't even know,
because she was doing her own thing, and she was she's being awarded, so everybody's trying to get her attention. So it was really hard to get you guys connected there. But Baji and I were like, okay, we're gonna make this connection happen.
Oh my God.
And so after the award show, I told her to reach out to Rich via Instagram. And well, first, you had no idea who he was.
No, I didn't. I didn't. I watch MSNBC every day like an old lady.
We talked about this on another episode. You know what old people do? They just
go home. I go home. I got a spot in the bed. I'm on the left side. I used to, when I was in my other spot, I was on the right side. But now I'm on the left side. And I sit in the same spot. And I watch MSNBC, and I have to see Joy Reid, and I have to see Ari Melba.
So there's no ritual there.
So now I ain't heard of no ritual.
So long story short, I'm like, Babette, send him a DM on Instagram. And she's like, girl, he does not know who I am. I'm like, bitch, if you don't fucking send him a message on Instagram.
Oh, she probably said it just like that. She goes, Babette, I said, look, if I send this man probably will not even open this up. And she said, try it. Just try it.
And I said, invite him to have a meal at Stuff I Eat. Just open the conversation to invite him out, right?
But I didn't do that. And she's, she just said, just at least get in touch. Just at least say something. And I was like, girl, I don't know. And then she sends me back this hard text with exclamation marks. Try it. Just do it. Just do it. That's how I know it sounded, because it was. So I did it.
And then And then he leaves her on read, and she calls me back.
I said, he read it and didn't even say nothing.
And I was like, this is gold. Get ready, because he realized you're reaching out, and he is already setting up. He's setting it up. Somebody's going to be in contact. Somebody's going to email you. We're going to get you on. I promise. And she's like, girl, you crazy? No. And then?
And normally I'm a little bit more positive than that. But I'm going to tell you, I get so many DMs. Yeah. I get so many until it's just hard for me sometimes to get through everybody. I try. And I just figured it was going to be like that. But yes, he sent a response.
Saying like, oh my God.
And then I said, oh my God, I'm saying that.
So he was so excited because, I think that was his first introduction to you. And
he explained it on the show how he didn't know me either.
Right.
And then,
So it was really magical. And what I love is that we can actually talk about it right now. Right. Now you both know each other, but what was that like to be on Rich Roll?
Rich Roll just has a magic about himself as an interviewer. Yeah. He's so welcoming, and he really, really comes across very, very interested in what you have to say. Yeah. And it was very easy to open up. I had no tension. Because I felt like he really wanted to hear everything.
He was so inviting. I mean, it was like a party after
to
that
all
studio.
of us.
Oh my
to
God.
all of us. It was like family. It was my manager Tara. It was these two, and that was family. But we rolled up in there. His wife makes this amazing cheese.
Shrimu.
Oh my God.
Holy Mother of God.
Holy Mother of God is right.
It's SRI-MU.
I want more now.
Yeah.
And but everybody there was just so amazing and so warm and welcoming, and I got to act a fool in there. You guys took videos of me doing my stupid dance, and it was just like we were going to a friend's to have a chat. That's how it felt. So.
And I like that he was really good at keeping the conversation going, right? Like he wasn't ever in his own head.
And if I went too far ahead, he'd pull you
right back.
Yeah.
And it was just a really beautiful conversation. So if you guys haven't checked out the Rich Roll podcast, it's about an hour and 43 minutes long, and every minute is absolutely worth it. We have the link posted right below here, so you can give it a shot, a listen, a view.
It's one of the better interviews I've ever.
I think you should watch it because Babette looks just fabulous in this yellow, gleaming gold mustard, whatever. She looks fly. I mean, I think you inspire everybody to go out and buy yellow.
But I have to give a shout out for my girl. I've had that mustard outfit. I think I might have worn it on some other show one time. But my girl, Filthy Rags, used to be on Slauson. Now you
were telling me about that.
Yeah, now you can purchase online. Filthy spelled with a P, Philthy.
Oh, that's
Filthy Rags. Yeah, she has always hooked me up, so I have to give her that plug. But it was a cute mustard outfit.
It was gorgeous.
And the wrap worked.
And then you had the jacket. I was like, this is like Sesame Street on acid.
It was so cute.
It was amazing.
Yeah. They took care of us.
Yeah. Anyway. And I feel like that's when and you've been getting invited to do lots of things like that. And I think what I really want to know is, what has life been like after Rich Roll? Because
oh my gosh,
you were like,
baby, all of the beautiful comments. Mm-hmm. So many people watched it, and they were so inspired by my journey. And the beauty about it is I was able to share it, but at the same time, I hope I was able to get across the fact that it was just my own personal journey, my own personal human experience, and not to put down anybody else's experience. All of our experiences are our experiences. But no matter how horrific they are, we don't have to wallow in them.
That's right.
And that was the message that we got out that day. And that I was so I was so appreciative to be able to at least get that out, because it was hard as a child, but I realized to continue the journey and be happy, I can't stay there.
Right.
You know, and I think too many times we hang out too long.
And I think it's also exposing other people to you that haven't seen you.
That's true. Oh, yes, so many new followers. You know, I don't like purchasing followers, and it was kind of fun because I had put it out there. Can you guys please just make me have 200,000 followers for my birthday? And now I'm at 230,000. Yeah, thanks, Rich.
Thank you, Rich. We really.
But people jumped on. They jumped on board because they wanted to follow me. They wanted to know more about the lifestyle and stuff that I've got going on. So it's really a great birthday gift.
And we're going to talk more about Babette's lifestyle on another episode of Vegan Corn Hub. So make sure that you subscribe to Vegan Corn Hub on YouTube and on Instagram, and follow and like and comment below. So, but after Rich Roll, you also just got featured on Tamron Hall. And you've loved Tamron Hall for a long time. I love her too. I think she's a wonderful journalist.
And I've always called her a cute little girl. She's just such a cute little girl. and you'll see when you watch the show, if they keep it in their piece, I'm sharing with Tamron about my granddaughter when she was little, and I was talking about how beautiful Tamron was. But anyway, you'll see it if she keeps it in the show. But it was amazing. We had to go to New York, and it was almost like just an immediate turnaround. But I killed it on the show. I'm
so excited to see it.
And it comes out tomorrow, y'all. I did. I had no fear. I was so happy to be there with her. And I love the dress that I decided to take.
That's hot.
So I was really kind of showing out, old lady show out, when I put this dress on, because this dress was fire. You know how y'all like put them little flames?
Yo, this is like a Fashion Nova meant for like a 20-year-old, but
fire. She
makes it look like...
Oh, I love that
She's
dress
got
so
the
much.
Body of like the hottest 20-year-old I've ever seen in my life.
Y'all gotta watch. If you don't catch it tomorrow when it comes on, and you're seeing this after it has aired, find it and make sure you watch that.
Because it's fire.
Fire.
What are you highlighting there?
Well, they're talking about the aging process and humans aging gracefully, if you will, and that's kind of because they have me doing a plank on there. Yes,
you know this woman can do like a 20-minute plank or something.
But the cool thing about it is it's like if I can be that older person that brings older people to the point where they're understanding that I don't have to be the number that I am. I don't have to live that.
I don't have to feel this way.
I don't have to feel that. You know, 70, 72, 73, whatever it is, if I practice self-love and self-care, nourish myself, and continue to move, that would just be a number.
And that's the thing. I think you're not only goals for people your age, your goals for people way
younger.
My age, my students.
Yeah.
Like I have students that are in the 20s because I teach undergraduate kinesiology, and I've shown videos of training Babette because they need to visually see that when you're training someone, that movement quality doesn't change, and you can increase decrease morbidity, mortality markers through activity. And so you've been your goals to people,
and isn't it true that we all just really need to move it like that? I don't know, it's all like our society. We reach a certain age and we sit down. And especially in this country, we're pretty lazy. Like going to New York, it really is kind of refreshing to see so many people walking.
Absolutely.
I don't care how old you are, how young you are, everybody
is moving
on the move. And here in California, we are in our cars. Period.
And we live in a state, particularly in Southern California, where being physically active this is the place to be physically active, which is why Baji and I are huge advocates of outdoor cycling.
Right.
Because literally, if I can get there on my bicycle, I will choose to do it by bike. And people are like, where are you going out to Malibu? You're going to Hollywood on your bicycle? I'm like, yeah.
Movement is so important, and the human body was designed to move.
Absolutely.
You know, and we used to, before COVID. Maybe people are still sit down all day at work, drive home sitting down, get home, eat a big old giant meal, and then sit down in front of the TV.
You know, I love that you said that, because Michelle Chen, thank you for following us on YouTube, Michelle. Michelle asked us a comment on our first episode. She said, I'd like to know how you would recommend to stay active if you have a sedentary job. And I think that's such a great question.
That is a great, you go walking during your breaks and stuff.
Absolutely. But, you know, I think the first thing we need to do is define sedentary. So in terms of American College of Sports Medicine, sedentary refers to somebody, or being physically active or inactive, is someone that has not been actively engaging in moderate intensity activity 3 days a week, 30 minutes a day for the last 3 months. So I call it the 3-3-30 rule.
3-3-30.
So 30 minutes a day, 3 days a week for the last 3 months. If you haven't been doing that, you are classified as sedentary.
Wow. I did not know that.
And so what can we do? Well, what we're talking about is getting that 30 minutes in, right?
Yeah,
so that total volume doesn't have to happen in one setting, Michelle. Right? You can break it up into 10-minute chunks 3 times a day to get that 30-minute volume in. So if that means parking at the end of your lot, walking all the way to the office and up the stairs, that would be my suggestion for those. Because those little changes,
I didn't even think about that.
Make a big difference.
But I remember, though, working a job in reservations, when I worked in reservations, and I can remember making sure that I brought my walking shoes to work and would always take a walk. Now, I never really thought about parking as far from the building as possible and using that and
as activity.
Stairs as activity, but that's certainly something to think about.
Like, think about the things that you can do. You need to clean up the leaves in your yard. You need to, and don't throw those leaves away, use them as compost, right? So there's so many things. You need to shovel some snow from your driveway. You don't want to, but if you're not getting your physical activity in, there are so many ways to do that. 10-minute pieces 3 times a day, it'll happen. It doesn't all have to be all or nothing, but it does need to be just a little bit.
It has to be something.
Okay. So I think if you have a sedentary job, think about just walking. And I don't think people really think about how that is probably the most impactful way to really start changing your health. True.
And do not compare yourself with anyone else. Do you start where you are? Do not, I mean, even if you don't, look at trainers, look at people that are going to guide you. Don't look at the people that they're 17 years old and they do this stuff every day.
Right.
Don't compare yourself. Start where you are. That's why I always say, start with one.
You know, I love that, because, I mean, I love that she's telling you where to start, because you can see when Babette started at 40, now at 72, how that has transgressed into something so beautiful. But I don't know if people know, like, where do you want to be in the future? Like, what are your goals?
You know, so you ask me that question. Well, basically, I've always had the desire to have a small space to reside in. I don't need a 20-room house with 75 bathrooms. I got one ass, but I just want a tiny, cute, tiny space. And I also would love to have lots of land. I've always desired to have a pet pig. I know this.
I love it.
You do?
I do. I've always wanted goats.
They're so cute and they're so adorable. And I do my own gardening. I love gardening. But prior to that, I'm not done moving. Like
doing stuff.
I want to travel some. I have a friend that just moved to India. and I would love to go and visit there. I want to go back to Africa, of course, because I am 72% East African, so I would love to go to Africa, or the part of Africa where my bloodline is. And
what do you want to do there? Just visit?
I want to visit, but I kind of have a desire also, if because I'm gonna be fine financially. I would love to find a spot in a place like that, but I'd like to be able to go back and forth. I'm challenged right now with our society here in the United States. The planet is a little shaky right now. I think I don't like the division here, and I don't like. Let me tell you, this is the thought I don't like. I don't like thinking I would love to go and buy myself a piece of land somewhere, la 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 la, and then the thought come into my head, but what if you have weird neighbors that don't like you because you're black? And
they're like, guns,
and they have guns, and they don't. I don't like having to think that way.
I agree.
I find that to be very sad. I really do. There's so much beauty on this planet. There's so much beauty in America. And for us to be malfunctioning the way that we are, and for me to have to think about, I have to go to another country to find myself a little plot of land that I can build a tiny house on and do the things that I want to do. I can't think about it doing it here in the country that I was born in, because of fear that somebody may not like me being close to them and being the complexion that I am.
I think that process is also it's a lot more common than you think, and it's not just because of that. Now, if you're of my generation or younger, I think a lot of us are thinking places like Spain, Portugal, because we can't afford to be homeowners here. Not most of us, right?
And that's another thing. It's so expensive,
particularly in places we want to live. Like, to be a homeowner in Los Angeles you got to have some serious coin. Serious coin, and or generational wealth,
even to be in the neighborhood where I grew up.
And they're pricing out people that have been generationally here, and that is incredibly sad.
That's sad.
But I think that's also happening in Portugal. So because people like us are going there,
and yes,
so we just fucking the whole world up. I'm just kidding.
Stop it.
Well, I think what you guys are saying is that even now you have goals. There are things you want to do beyond stuff I eat, beyond this, and I think you should be on like an international lecture circuit. I mean,
that would be awesome.
How many of you would love to see?
I would love that.
Babette and I come to your hometown and do like a live Vegan Corn Hub video podcast with you. And
how fun would that be?
It could be all over the country, all over the world.
That would be fun.
It would be fun.
Very fun. Anyway.
So anything's possible.
We put it out there.
Anything is possible. But the last thing I want to ask you is this. Does retirement exist for you?
In terms of getting away from everyday cooking, perhaps because I've done so many things in my life, you know. A lot of people in this country view retirement as going home and sitting down.
Oh yeah, no.
Being done.
Yeah.
I would never retire that way. Yeah. I am going to get the most out of every second of this journey. And it ain't gonna be laying down because I'm 75 years old. No. If I can still move, I plan on being able to still go up to Griffith Park and walk the hills at 80. I see people online getting off at 90, still being able to pull their own body weight, and hey, I'm not getting ready to bow out like that. No. So retirement in the sense that I'm just going to go to bed, no, I'm not doing that. No, it's too much. If every second of my life I can be doing something and enjoying it, oh no, I'm not going to sleep. Not until I get off work and go home and say, forget you, Shaw. She was trying to get y'all. You see that look? Did you see? She was like, "Miss, please."
Yeah, well, I'll leave that for another
She
podcast.
like,
I'll leave that secret.
No, you ain't gonna do that.
We're gonna leave that secret for another day. And
Okay.
thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of More BS.
That was funny.
Just a quick reminder to please like and subscribe to us on YouTube and Instagram, and we'll see you next time.
Love you.
Love you.